wanted to talk to you briefly about the crown of thorns injection. And most people aren't familiar with this and they wonder what that means. Well, a crown of thorns injection is a alternative or naturopathic treatment for certain kinds of chronic headache. There are a lot of people who are on multiple headache medications because headaches are very prevalent in today's society. There are people who have migraine headaches and they'll say, look, I'm having a breakthrough and my meds just aren't cutting it, or I had a stressful night or something happened and I'm getting a lot of pressure and pain along certain areas of my head. Is there something you can do that's safe, that doesn't have a lot of side effects? Because as you probably know, a lot of medications do have side effects. There's a limit as to how much you can take. Maybe you're on something like Botox for migraines. And Botox injections are great, but Botox can only be done about once every 12 weeks or roughly 3 months. So it does wonders typically for knocking down the severity and the frequency of headaches, but people still sometimes do get breakthrough migraines. They might say, well, I only get 3 or 4 migraines a month now. I used to get 19 or 20, but 2 or 3 of those are really bad. Is there something I can do? Well, we'll come in, we'll try a crown of thorns. Crown of thorns is basically a combination of 3 very easy substances. It's a numbing medication, it's a natural B12, and a little bit of a natural sugar. Very low, diluted, very low concentration. And what you're simply doing is taking a small needle and you're hitting some very common headache points around the skull. It gets the name crown of thorns, kind of like the crown of thorns that Christ wore, because it kind of does cover the skull. And you kind of encircle the skull, and in doing so, you hit a couple extra points, both in front and in back, that are very common trigger points or migraine points. So it really involves sitting back and just letting someone put what looks like, with the B12, looks like cherry juice, making little blebs under your skin in a few spots, top of your skull, sides of your skull, and behind your skull, and then just basically dabbing it off with a little gauze pad and putting a tiny little Band-Aid if you need to. It's very safe, it's very easily tolerated. You're not going near any big nerves or blood vessels, so it's predominantly over the skull itself. With that little needle, I think if you got a running start and tried to jam it into someone's skull, you'd just succeed in bending the needle and upsetting the person. You wouldn't hurt them. When it works, people find that very quickly. They often say it feels like someone just took a helmet off them or a weight off their head. How long it works can be a couple hours to several days, to sometimes people do it and I don't see them for weeks or months. But it can be repeated very easily. So if you're looking for a quick, safe, fast alternative for headache relief, crown of thorns works quite well.